it's a long journey. It's a long journey, and I cannot sum it up by just in few words. It could be a story. For me, it was a story of a tiger. I'm tiger, which symbolizes our innocence, which symbolizes our existence on planet. It could be a story of of a boy, of a human being, and his spirits and his struggle, and the victory of this spirit. It could be a story of a boat which was lying there on the ship and which was not used, and suddenly the storm comes, and the boat was used. It could be, and that's the greatness of a storyteller. If you look at from a different angle, it works any which way. It could be a story about God, and although we are in the age of shortcuts. We believe in uh, fast food and shortcuts in everything, and that's what religion sums up God's existence for us. But I think God is a very personal journey, and it's a journey of your life, and nobody can tell you about God. You have to discover, you have to experience God in everything in your life on your own, and that's the discovery. So for me, what was so interesting of being in this film, how a master storyteller creates a story which could be looked from different angles, and still it fits. It works for anybody. I was in the New York doing this publicity, and there was this guy who was taking care of us, who was, I won't call him bouncer. He was just taking his security guy, and he was looking at me like, his eyes. There was so much in his eyes, and I just incidentally I asked him when I was getting into the car, did you see the movie? And he just, it was like a flood came out, and he started talking about the film, which I never imagined the way he was looking at the story. What he said, why the story works for me, because he was the boy is the only boy who's not in control, who's not managed, he used the word, not mischief. He used the word like he's anarchic kind of. He was a boy who was not disciplined. He was working on his own way, and he's the only one who survives on the ship. Everyone who was in the discipline, who was taking the life the way they were told, dies. And this boy who wanted to experience something, he was alive and he survived. So the story worked for me in a different way, and I don't know how to do that. I wish I take another birth and I become a storyteller, and I work on this craft, how to tell a story. I don't know, but I'm lucky that I could be part of these kind of stories, and part of this kind of team. I still remember Avy's expression when she offered me the script, and the passion she had in her eyes. And I was reading the script all the time, and because the script was visual description of action, and that's not a very easy script to read when there are a lot of description about action. It's not a very good read. So I used to think what was there in Avy's eyes, what she was describing when she was talking about the script. So when people are passionately involved in storytelling, and everybody's involved in that kind of thing, and you are also part of it, that's, I think, it's a good journey.